Hello everyone, I'm Lucy Brooks and I'm the president this year of Sussex Online Speakers, and I'm going to talk to you today about the Toastmaster's Promise. Now, when we became a Toastmaster, we signed up to the Toastmaster's Promise. It consists of 10 different aspects, different promises. How many of us actually truly read it? And even if we did, how assiduously did we read it? And even if we read it assiduously, do we really remember what we signed up to? So what I'm planning to do today is go through the 10 points of the Toastmaster's Promise, just as a little reminder of what we as Toastmasters promised to do. So I'm sharing my screen. Here we go. The right one. So the very first promise that we make is to attend club meetings regularly. Clearly, you cannot commit to every single meeting, but barring holidays and family stuff, put the meetings in your calendar so that if you're arranging other things, you don't have a clash. And I know work can intervene, but why not tell your employer that you have a commitment on 2 evenings a month? If you have an understanding employer, or even if your own boss, it should be possible. And your membership of Toastmasters means that you're developing yourself as a leader, and therefore you will become a better employee. The next one, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program. That means using Basecamp. Yes, it's a bit tricky to start with, but once you have your pathway, you just work your way through each level. Or you can even jump around, because you can. I don't suggest you do a level 5 before you finish levels 1 and 2 maybe, but what you can do is look ahead and start planning what projects you might be attempting for the higher levels of your pathway. And do use the curriculum, even if you think sometimes, and I confess I do, it's a bit like preaching to the converted. It's always useful to read through every section and complete the questionnaires. And in fact, you need to complete those questionnaires to get your credit. It becomes addictive after a while. To prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments. Here, it's our other piece of software that we use, EasySpeak, which our VPE, our Vice President of Education, uses to plan meetings. Help your Vice President of Education by volunteering for roles. If you aren't actually doing a speech, or even if you are, you can take on an evaluation, the timer role, grammarian, and the best of all, general evaluator. And if you're speaking or evaluating, get in touch with each other beforehand. Download the evaluation form. If you're timing, make sure you have the backgrounds. Get your phone ready with the stopwatch function. If you're grammarian, do some research before the meeting to come up with interesting angles. There is a lot you can do in advance rather than just arriving and saying, oh, I'm grammarian, what'll I do? No, preparation is key. The next promise we make is to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations. Evaluations are always the hardest role to fill, but evaluating someone else develops your listening and appreciation skills. And giving constructive feedback in a positive and kind way is a skill that transfers into any workplace or situation. Transferable skills. The next one is to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow. Here, it's great to have social interaction. At Sussex Online Speakers, we don't take a break in our meetings, so a friendly environment for our club extends to the 30 minutes before a meeting and the 10 or 15 minutes afterwards. When we chat, we get to know one another, we exchange ideas, we exchange experiences and learn about each other's cultures and lives. To serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so. Being an officer isn't as scary as it might seem, and we would never ever let you jump in the deep end without the safety blanket of other committee members who've done it before. And even if you're not on the committee, you can come to a committee meeting at any time to see what we discuss. Just ask the secretary of your club. In our case, it's Amy. To treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy. Well, there's absolutely no need to elaborate here. It is normal, courteous, civilized behaviour. But do remember that at Sussex Online Speakers, many of our members speak English as their second or third language. So speaking clearly is key when we are interacting with other members. It's very important. To bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefit Toastmasters membership offers. Now, not all of us are in the position to be able to bring our friends. After all, not all friends want to come along to a meeting, but if possible, maybe a family member might come. We have a mother and daughter relationship in one of my clubs, and we have, in fact, in both clubs, and we have husband and wife relationships in our club. So yes, you can bring along a friend or a relation, and they might enjoy it. I have to confess, I did try with my own son, and he was clear about his negative decision. Next one. To adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs. Now, these rules are set by Toastmasters International, and by joining this club, you agree to adhere to these rules. They may sometimes seem clunky and bureaucratic, but they apply to over 16,000 other clubs too. And we do need to follow the rules without bending them too much. And finally, to act within the Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. Of course, we have integrity, and of course, we respect each other, as well as the Toastmasters ethic. We serve our fellow members and we strive for excellence in everything we do. Finally, as I record this, we are at the start of a new Toastmasters year. And for Sussex Online Speakers, it's the first full year since we chartered. Last year, we managed to get 9 out of 10 points last year by submitting our renewals on time, by gaining several educational awards, and by getting our committee trained, as well as gaining several new members. So my goal as president this year is, of course, to make it 10. And we've already started to tick off a few items, even at this early stage in July 2022. So my fellow Toastmasters, get cracking, set yourself some goals, chat with your mentor, chat with your Vice President of Education, take on some roles, bring a friend if you can, and progress on your journey with our awesome, awesome club.